As a busy working mom, it's not always easy for me to find the time to take care of myself because I'm always busy taking care of everyone else. And I bet it's the same for you. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 9 self-care habits that don't cost a thing. Hey guys, it's Tasha with One Big Happy Life, and we make videos about how to find balance, build wealth, and live your happy. So if you are all about creating a life that you love, that makes you feel so good every single day, then we make videos here just for you. So be sure to thumbs up and subscribe and tune in for more One Big Happy Life videos. So self-care, right? Busy women, we don't always find the time because we're so busy taking care of everything else that we need to do. But it doesn't always have to be complicated. And sometimes just giving ourselves 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough to just help us recenter and de-stress. So I really encourage you to try out some of these habits and to just start making yourself a priority in the same way that you prioritize everyone else. Number 1, journaling. I am a lifelong journaler. I have tons and tons of notebooks, and I also have digital notebooks and Word documents just scattered all over the place. Journaling is just such a great way to de-stress and unclutter your brain and just kind of say whatever and just throw all your thoughts out there on the paper. Now, there are a couple of different ways that I journal. One of them is morning pages. So that's where as soon as possible after you wake up in the morning, you take a notebook, like an actual paper notebook, and you write nonstop and fill up 3 pages of the notebook. Or sometimes, depending on the size of my notebook, I don't always do 3 pages because 3 pages could take forever. Sometimes I'll set like a 15-minute timer, and so I will write as quickly as I can for 15 minutes. And the idea is that early in the morning, your brain hasn't started to kind of take over your subconscious, and so you're most in touch with your subconscious self. And so it's just a great opportunity to just throw everything out there and be creative and to learn to not censor yourself. And it just kind of helps you start the day off with a blank slate. Another option, of course, would be to use a digital journal, which I will do for my morning pages. If I don't have a chance to or handwrite it, like on the days when I commute into the office, I'll end up having to use a digital journal. And for that, I use Penzu, and I have a specific journal that is for my morning pages. You can also bring a notebook along with you. You can try dictating your journal through Google, like Google Docs has a dictation function. So you can try that if you do have a commute where you drive. So there are lots of ways to start incorporating journaling into your daily life to just kind of help you de-stress and get your thoughts out of your mind and onto a piece of paper. Number 2, take a walk. Just being outside and breathing that fresh air can just be so relaxing and peaceful, just to be with your own thoughts and to get your body moving, right? Just getting our body moving and just being a little bit more active really does help reduce stress, and it makes us healthier in the long run, right? So how are some ways that you can squeeze in a walk? So ideally, you'd be able to walk by yourself. Now, I understand that may not always be possible. You might have to strap a little one in to a stroller and take a walk. So that's what I do sometimes. Another option is to walk on your lunch break if you work outside of the home. So Joseph and I used to do this together. Actually, we would meet up and walk together and just walk around DC. Now we're not in DC on the same days, so I walk by myself. You can also try waking up early in the morning to get in a quick 15-minute walk just to get out there and get that fresh air in. And if you have trouble waking up early, we did a video on how to wake up early even if you have kids, and I will link to that in a card up above and in the description box down below. At the very least, getting out there and walking just also helps you get in some much needed exercise, which is really important for long-term health. And it doesn't carry the same sort of mental barrier as going to the gym because you're just stepping outside to take a quick walk. Number 3, clean your space. A cluttered space really can add a lot of stress to our day-to-day lives. Like, we just don't think the same, we don't feel the same when there's a whole bunch of junk around us. It really does affect us mentally. And I know that cleaning can sometimes feel like a chore, but a lot of the things that we need to do for ourselves can kind of feel that way, right? Like, who feels like, taking a shower or brushing your teeth? All of these maintenance things, though, are really, really important to take care of ourselves. So try to think about cleaning your space as cleaning for your own mental sanity. It's something that you are doing for yourself because you care about yourself. And I know that when you are done cleaning that space and it just feels clean and you're able to relax in it, whether it's your office or your bedroom or your kitchen, and then you feel like you can just breathe because the space just feels so clean, it will be worth it in the end. So just pop on some music and just do the work. And sometimes just doing that work can be relaxing and can de-stress us. Number 4, take a bath. And this is one of my personal favorites. I don't do it a lot in our current house because it has a tiny tub, and but when we lived in a house that had a much bigger soaking tub, I would do it all the time. Every week without fail, I would set aside time where everyone knew not to bother me, where I'd put on some music, maybe have a glass of wine, pour a nice hot bath, and just sit there and relax and read a book for, half an hour to an hour. And that was my self-care me time. Maybe light a candle in that bathroom, make it smell amazing. Take a bath. It's okay. You can give yourself 15 minutes, half an hour to just relax and soak in a tub and do absolutely nothing else. Number 5, curl up with a good book in bed. And by a good book, I mean whatever kind of book that you absolutely love to read, not a book that you feel like you need to read out of obligation. Like, I read a lot of self-help books and business books that are really focused on helping me increase my productivity. But for books where I'm curled up in bed at night and getting ready to go to bed and I'm relaxing, I'll read things like, I have to think of, I'll read books that are purely for pleasure. Books like the Outlander series or the Game of Thrones series. I like speculative fiction. Those are the types of books that I enjoy. And so purely fiction, that is what I am reading when I want to relax. And I'll also get myself a nice cup of tea. I keep a mug warmer next to my bed because I'm a slow drinker, so that keeps my tea hot. I'm reading the book and I'm just really focused and engrossed in the story of the book. And I really, really love just taking the time to do that. It's very peaceful and relaxing. Honestly, even more so than watching a show on television. Number 6, go to bed early. There's nothing worse than starting off every single day just feeling exhausted. So give yourself the self-care gift of being able to get enough sleep every night. You will feel so much more relaxed, so much more energetic at the beginning of every day if you just go to bed early. And it's a really simple thing to do because it doesn't cost anything, but it can be hard to actually execute because there's so much that you need to get done. And so we have videos showing what our evening routine looks like. I will link a card up above and then down in the description box. But some things that I say that you can try to do to help get to bed on time is to streamline a lot of the things that you're doing. So try to do meal prep on the weekends, try to knock out your grocery shopping and any other errands also on the weekend. If it's within your budget, use your money to buy back some of your time, like maybe cut out some of those errands by getting your groceries delivered to you. Or if you don't have time to meal plan, you may want to invest in a meal planning kit, like some of the ones we've tried, like HelloFresh, for example. Just figure out ways to tweak your life so that you can get back more of your time. And it may also mean cutting down on some of your kids' extracurriculars, because at the end of the day, your life needs to also be sustainable for you, even while you're doing whatever you can to help your kids have a good life. So just make sure that that balance is there. And if it's not, there are definitely things that you can do to help get that balance back so that you have more time so that you can sleep. Number 7, have a no electronics day. And this is great to do for the whole family because electronics and constantly checking our phones and constantly focusing on these different notifications, it really does shatter our attention spans and it stops us from focusing on the present and getting things done. So try to set aside a day, maybe start as little as once a month, where you don't touch or look at your phone, including your entire family, and you just spend the day together completely unplugged and just have a slow, lazy, relaxing day. And it can be really amazing and liberating to not have the constant pressure of checking your phone. Number 8, set aside time to plan your day, your week, and your month. Having a good planning process and schedule in place makes it so much easier to feel like you're on top of your life, which cuts down on a ton of stress. So I like to plan out my ideal week where I show when I'm gonna go to work, when do I have time to work out, when am I gonna spend time with the children, when do I shoot my YouTube videos, so that I can see what that week looks like and start being able to see, okay, well, are things out of balance? Am I not able to fit in things that matter to me? And if that's the case, then what do I need to shift around so that I'm fitting in everything that I want to fit in? And so that can help you feel a lot more in control of your day-to-day life, your overall life, because you know if things aren't working, there are things that you can do to work towards changing that over time, which can give you a lot of peace in the moment right now because you know you're working towards changing the things that aren't working. And it'll just reduce your overall stress because you know that you've planned and accounted for all of the things that really matter to you. Number 9, meditate. Now, I was not really big into meditating until I tried Hypno Babies when I was pregnant with Reeves because I decided I wanted to have a natural labor, and I was hooked because I would meditate a couple of times a day every single day, and it just had left me feeling just so peaceful and so calm. So now I use the Calm app, and I actually do pay for the monthly subscription. I actually might go ahead and get the lifetime subscription because it's just such a useful app. Whenever I'm feeling extra stressed or overwhelmed, I can just pop in my headphones and do a guided meditation for just 5 minutes, depending on how I'm feeling. If I want to focus on gratitude, if I want to focus on de-stressing, if I want to focus on just mental clarity, there are various different meditation within the app that just make it easy for me to refocus, de-stress, and just take a few minutes to just turn my gaze internally and just feel so much better afterwards. Now, you don't have to use Calm because this video is about self-care habits that don't cost a thing. And there are plenty of guided meditation out there, whether it's on YouTube or other apps that have even more free content. Even Calm has a couple free meditation sessions in there that you can check out. So you don't have to pay money to start meditating. So I hope that you start incorporating some of these 9 free self-care habits into your daily, weekly, and monthly life to start taking care of you. And if you have any other self-care tips that you want to share down below, please do, whether they're free or not, because we all are in this together and we're all helping each other. So be sure to thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.